Our prayer is for service. And I know that in London, this new timing is not the most appropriate, but it seems to be there isn't a most appropriate timing. So it's kind of difficult for the London devotees who used to attend. So we'll see what will be. In the meantime, we can begin ourselves, as we are here together, we can begin ourselves happily with mini Vandanam. So, Vandeham Shri Guru. I think you all have these likely enough with you in the songbook. And this one verse really contains everything, but we also sing other verses. Okay, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra contains everything, but we sing other things too. And so the traditional invocation may be a little long for our gathering. Yes, Namapriyadidi, welcome from Latvia. But let us chant the Vandeham, then Om Gyan to Guru, then Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha to the Vaishnavas, and Namo Mahavaranyaya to Mahaprabhu, and then Panchatattva and Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So let us do together, but actually we need to keep the microphones off, otherwise there's a strange delay, not quite all at the same time. Musicians, I was surprised actually, Abhinava Sundar's mother is an expert, a very good piano player and concert pianist, and she was describing how you have on the beat, you have a half beat, quarter beat, 8th beat, 16th, and even a 32nd, this slightly off part. That's how, like, finely the ear of the concert pianist can work. So anyhow, Zoom doesn't need a concert pianist's ear to realize it doesn't work so well. Oh, look, Saraswati Devi Rasi. London is here, Saraswati Devi Rasi and Lavanya Moy Devi Rasi. And both of your glories, the glories of both of you were being chanted today here in Vila Govinda Ashram, specifically both of you. And Jai Shri Gauranga Sundar ki Jai and Shri Giriraj Ju ki Jai. You're in the temple room. Beautiful. So we're just
Maharaj, Dandavat to all the devotees.
Dandavat. So we're just about to do mini Vandanam. Means Vandeham, Om Gyan, Vanchakalpa, Namo Maha, Panchatattva Hare Krishna. So let us do this first, and then we'll continue happily. So okay, yes, Vandeham. Okay, slowly together. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavans Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitan Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitans Cha Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvijay Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, welcome to all the devotees joined us in Vijay Krishna and Leelamoy Devadasi. Leelamoy Devadasi, East London joined. Hare Krishna.
There is also Valentina.
Valentina, Hare Krishna, Valentina, Hari Bol.
Yeah, it's wagging his hand. Jai.
We were cute once. Look what happened to us. Just see. All right. And Govinda Nandini Devadasi joined us also from Brazil. So very welcome to each of you. So I would like, first of all, to pass over. Yes, Govinda Nandini Didi, Hare Krishna. And she's living in a very yin-yang house, all made of wood. In a beautiful place, right beside Krishna Shakti Ashram in Brazil, and very beautiful place. So yes, welcome. So first of all, I'm going to pass the microphone over to Devashis Prabhu, because he has selected the title, and let Devashis Prabhu begin, and we will continue. And with ourselves, you can all listen, and if you have something which comes to your mind that you've heard or experienced, please, you're very welcome to participate. We are together in the temple room. We are not sitting in remote places in an impersonal environment. We are together. Devashis Prabhu, kindly.
Maharaj, thank you. Yeah, so as I'm sure everybody saw, the title of today's talk is We Must Learn the Theory of Gratitude, Theory and Science of Gratitude. So this is a quote from Srila Maharaj himself. So he has said this on many occasions, but it's recorded in the Centenary Anthology, Chapter 8, which is called A Wonderful Touch. So with your permission, I'm going to read that. It's not very long. And it's by Srila Bhakti Rakshida Dev Goswami Maharaj, his talk. So it begins, excuse me. It cannot be denied that a kind of energy is necessary to maintain one's present position. Some sort of energy is necessary for that. But then we are to give some extra push forward in order to go ahead. And that is all important. A seeker after the truth will search after newer and newer planes, and that will be considered as living and accommodating. We are to become more and more accommodating, earnest and eager. Swadharme nidanam shreya para dharmo bhayavaha, which is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, verse 35. The advice is given, try to maintain your position even at the cost of your life. Then at the next point, it's told, go ahead, march on. Why was it first advised to maintain your present position? So that you may not fall back. But that does not mean you are not to make progress in the front. Swadharme nidanam shreyaha. Even at the cost of your life, try to firmly maintain your position. It does not mean you are not to go ahead. Sarva dharmam parityaja mamikam sharanam braja. Give up all considerations and take the risk of moving onwards. Only to help. This was the first advice given. First, at any cost, maintain your position, and then march onwards. These are relative and absolute considerations. A living spiritual conception must be of that type. The dire necessity is that in the background, we address the question of how to maintain and improve our present position. Then a devotee asks, in the spiritual world, does everyone hold the position of a guru for those who enter? Guru Maharaj's reply, of course. And whatever little help we will receive from anyone, we must be grateful to him. A person with a good temperament must be thankful to all. Receiving even slight help, he will feel, yes, I am very thankful for your guidance. We are to learn the theory, excuse me, lost it. We are to learn the theory and science of gratitude. I am grateful to you and to everyone in the environment. The very domain is of that character. Everyone thinks himself to be a thief. I am a trespasser, and only by the grace of the environment can I have a position here. They are all well-wishers except for myself. This should be the temperament. He will be busy and sometimes forgetful of himself in the intensity of his service. Vaikuntera Pritividi Adi Sakala Chinmoy. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are to think, the environment of that land in which I aspire to live is made of better stuff than I am. We are to enter into a super subjective domain. The attitude of all the newly recruited persons there should be, I am not of the subjective character, I am of marginal potency, tatasta, but I am receiving permission to enter the super subjective area where everything holds a higher position than myself. Everyone there is of that consciousness. The air, the earth, the trees, etc., all hold a higher position than myself, but still have been given permission by the supreme authority to wander here. Only I have been given some service, and I am eager to render that service to this land. With this attitude in the background, one should live there, and in the foreground, one will become accustomed to discharging his particular duty. I have come, and I am treading on a soil whose intrinsic value is really superior. A child reveres his mother, but he may be taken on her lap. Such is the example of our situation when we enter Vaikuntha and Goloka. The whole atmosphere is higher than myself and is to be revered, but still they have embraced me and taken me in their lap. Swarup Shakti, and I have been asked to do some duty here. The whole environment is to be revered, and I am allowed to live there only as a matter of grace, not as a matter of right. We are tatasta, and as a matter of right, we may be cast in Brahmaloka, the marginal potency. So we must become conscious of this fact. Before enlisting our name in the Krishna consciousness school, we must have this primary knowledge that we are having the chance to enter where? In a revered land, God's throne. Only for a particular service am I entering the temple, which holds a superior position. Wholly for service am I entering, and by their gracious nature they are drawing me there. I am being taken on my mother's lap. I take her foot dust upon my head, but she is taking me, including my feet, upon her lap. And devotee says, with such bright prospect, why do we sometimes find devotees leaving the Gaudiya missions? Guru Maharaj's reply, it will happen only if there is something wanting in us. So we must try to keep up the high level we had during our Guru Maharaj's day. It is recorded that the highest test comes when a jiva is passing out from the clutches of Maya, illusion. At that time, the personification of Maya, Maya Devi herself, comes with folded hands to pray. Why do you leave me? Allow me to serve you. I am at your disposal, and I am ready to serve you in any way. Don't leave me. She was so cruel to punish them when they were within her clutches, but when they are leaving, she approaches very modestly. Why are you leaving me? I want to render service. Please be with me. Pasha Badha Bhavet Jivaha Pasa Muktaha Sada Shiva. What was once her prey has now become her master. So the friendly request also exists. If we have real attraction for the higher life, we are to pass that charming aspect, which will try its best with sweet proposals and offerings to keep us within its jurisdiction. Such is the nature, and we must be aware of it. So not only God save us from our enemies, but also God save us from our friends. So it does continue, but I think we can break there. And yeah, it's a very significant thing that we will learn, that we should learn to be grateful. Gratitude. And at the same time, we remember, you know, that Guru Maharaj didn't like very much if people would say thank you all the time. When, you know, when they would feel some gratitude to him, but they would say, oh, Maharaj, thank you very much. And he would say, no, this expression doesn't sit well with me, because it infers that we are different parties, and you've got something from me, you're thanking me for that, and now our relationship is ended. I got something, thank you very much, and now our transaction is closed, or something like that. So Guru Maharaj didn't like that very much. In fact, but it didn't mean that we shouldn't express our gratitude. In fact, one time when Srila Govinda Maharaj was with us in London, he was leaving for the next stage of his tour, and we were at Heathrow Airport. And while waiting for the plane, Gurudev's sitting with the devotees, and I bought him a hot drink, and I gave the hot drink to him, and he said, "Oh, Prabhu, you are an Englishman, and so I want to say thank you to you for the drink." He said, but you are also the disciple of Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami, so I cannot say thank you. So I will not say thank you to you. So this way he said thank you without saying thank you. So it was lighthearted, of course, but sometimes devotees think that we shouldn't express our gratitude because Guru Maharaj didn't like that. But it wasn't the expression of gratitude as much as it was the closing of the deal, if you like. You know, now I have got what I came for from you. Thank you very much. I'm on my way. Something like that. But Guru Maharaj would say, why all of this? We are the same party. We are all Mahaprabhu's men. Then why so much formality and so many things? You know, we are of the same family. And not necessary so much please and thank you and all of those things. So this way, but at the same time, internally, we are to develop an attitude of gratitude, and try to express that as much as possible. So I read the other day somewhere, you know, some wise person said that if you feel gratitude towards somebody, but you don't express that, it's like having a present and wrapping that present, but then not giving the present. Something like that. So it is good that we show gratitude, especially to those who help us in our journey. I remember when Srila Sripad, what was his name?
Give me a clue.
Chidananda Prabhu, his sannyas name?
Oh, sannyasi. Oh, come on, you blocked me with your
Siddhanti Maharaj.
Siddhanti Maharaj.
Siddhanti Maharaj, yes, of course. Siddhanti Maharaj. So
it's the evening in London and in Italy. That's
right. So when Siddhanti Maharaj passed away, and they made a big festival in his honor in Socal, and many devotees spoke about him, and you know, shared their heart's feeling in separation from him. And they recorded all of that and sent it to Srila Govinda Maharaj in India. And Gurudev listened to that. And one of the remarks he made was, that is all very nice and as it should be. But why did they have to wait for him to die to say those things?
Yeah.
Should have said those things when he was living. So we should try to honor the Vaishnavas while they're living, not just after they pass away. So, in this way, we should always try to give honor and respect to the Vaishnavas that help us in our life. And everyone that helps us, actually. It is very good to develop this attitude of gratitude. So this is my contribution to this evening. Thank you, Maharaj, for asking me to speak that.
A little sound coming from somewhere, but
yeah,
considering our connections around the world, it's just a little sound. Yes, so much appreciated. And actually this whole gratitude conception, the science of gratitude, this is all coming within the idea of giving honor to others. And giving honor will come in different ways, but especially we're giving honor to the Vaishnavas and those who are helping us on our journey. And this is the expression of the thank you part, if you like, the gratitude. This is one expression of it. And I can quote something from Gurudev, because we like to quote from Guru Maharaj, we like to quote from Gurudev. And here Gurudev is giving something on this theme of thank you. He says, I have seen it in many Western countries also, that, okay, anyway, then continue. Today, when we let someone pass before us, they happily said, thank you, happy Christmas, which is actually very good because now Christmas fever is starting, right? So they said, thank you, happy Christmas. Then Gurudev is saying, the person's heart was melted by our activity, and she expressed her happiness through her blessing. If it was only mundane courtesy, that is also very good. When that courtesy will have transcendental feelings behind it, when that courtesy comes from the vision that the Lord is living everywhere and the Lord's mercy is spread everywhere, then it will create even more happiness for her, for us, and for everyone. Hare Krishna. So that's a little thank you from Gurudev. And by the way, Devashis Prabhu also, we were with Gurudev a lot. Saraswati did it with Gurudev a lot. And he did say thank you, but thank you in definitely the context of gratitude, of encouragement, of this reciprocation of affectionate dealings with the devotees. So, and Gurudev also one time said, I know Guru Maharaj didn't like the expression thank you, but what else can I say? What else can I say? I thank you. And Gurudev really giving that mood. Hare Krishna. And here we have Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur saying, in conclusion, I would thank you all, my friends, for the splendid response you have made to our humble call and the patient hearing you have so kindly given me this afternoon. So, Srila Saraswati, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur showing appreciation, gratitude to the audience. And also we've certainly seen Gurudev saying thank you and expressing his gratitude for some questions that have come. Thank you, showing his appreciation for that. Hare Krishna, and we are not hard-hearted. We are not hard-hearted. We need to be soft-hearted in our dealings with each other. Oh, we've got Saraswati also. Please, Saraswati, you've been with Gurudev so much. You've seen how he expresses his gratitude. The science of gratitude, as illustrated by the life of Srila Gurudev, the theory and science of gratitude. Humbly, Saraswati, we are coming to you.
Well, we are really learning from our Gurudev and our guardians, really, how to serve and how to behave and have dealing with other devotees. But I think they have given us so much wealth that we are super grateful for all that they have given us, and we should try to share with others. And in return, I think they will be very happy if we can offer some service to them. They will be happy if we, in return, we are so grateful that we want to serve them. Naturally, that will hopefully grow in our heart that we want to offer them some service. Not only to Srila Gurudev, but to all the Vaishnavas, of course. A good way to show gratitude is to serve them. Not there to say thank you or to say dandavats. When everyone came to say dandavat Gurudev, somebody sent dandavats, right? Remember that?
Well, yes, but there are some specifics here, and you can mention a specific.
No, I'm saying that there is more than dandavats. It's not just dandavat, but we gotta try to serve them, right? Give our energy in the service of his mission and like that. So we are really, we have received so much wealth from them. So it's like we are so grateful for that gift they have given us. And everything, like Gurudev gave us this beautiful temple where we are trying to facilitate for the devotees to come and serve. And we take everything for granted all the time. So we have to remind ourselves that gift that we have. And now, even in these difficult times, that many people are experiencing difficult time with this COVID and with these lockdowns and this and that. And I remember Sachididi saying that we were so lucky because we had this place and we had the Lord to serve every day, and we have service to be engaged, and we have each other to talk about, to read together some devotional scriptures and things like that. So we're really fortunate that we had this opportunity in these difficult times. So other people were locked up in their homes, alone, unable to go anywhere. And also then we had the Zooms that came up, and we are able to communicate. And so we are super grateful for everything, right?
Right, no doubt about it.
And I was just reading the other day that Guru Maharaj, that he said we have to really take the opportunity of the living saints, the devotees who are there, and they can express everything that they have got from their Guru. Because when they live, of course, we have the scriptures, but we have to take the opportunity of all the sadhus that are around to get some nourishment and some inspiration, and all the Vaishnavas, of course. So they are giving their lives, so we should try to serve them and get some inspiration and take the opportunity to associate with them.
Jai.
Anyway, sorry, I'm...
No, very good. And also one sort of exact phrase we can say that Saraswati Didi may also be referring to about our Dandavat is more than Dandavat. And Gurudev is saying that we need to surrender, not just surrender and lie down, but surrender and serve. And the service part is the all-important part, really, not only the external, but the internal part. And that service is done with love. maybe in the beginning a little bit of rules and regulations, or we really want to go to the cinema or do something with our freedom because we used to do that every week, or whatever it may be. Instead of that, I'm being asked to go on Sankirtan, etc. So in the beginning, maybe some little bit of reluctance, but the service with affection, with the combined appreciation for the opportunity to be with the devotees, to be able to serve them. That expression of appreciation, and it is natural. It is a combined dedication, surrender and serve. But Saraswati, can you remember a time, like a specific thank you? You remember Gurudev giving a thank you to a devotee, like specifically, and you saw, oh, look. Or similar words, but to him expressing gratitude for something.
I mean, he used to always say thank you to like new devotees or something like that. Not to all the servitors, perhaps not, but like close servitors, no, but just as a custom, kind of following the custom of that person. He was like that, but I cannot remember which example you're referring to exactly.
No, there are different, I mean, there are several examples, but that example, I remember in Dum Dum Park on his new veranda, that last veranda where he stayed in Dum Dum Park, and the devotee gave Gurudev something, and from his heart, and Gurudev told him thank you, that particular thank you, I remember, and thank you. And then that time when he said, thank you, I know we're not meant to say it. Guru Maharaj didn't like the expression, but thank you, it's for you. And Gurudev, oh, where's Prafulla Krishna? No, he's not here. Sometimes Prafulla Krishna was in our Zooms. And really funny, I mean, everything is funny, but in transcendental way. When Prafulla Krishna received second initiation, oh, you must have been there, Saraswati. Gurudev, he was very much not feeling well at this very last time, last time of his pastimes. He was not feeling well. And he already had said to Prafulla Krishna, yes, I will give you second initiation. I want to give you Gayatri Mantra. And Prafulla, yes, Gurudev, you just say when may be a good day. And Gurudev said, oh, I'm thinking. And day by day, Gurudev was not feeling well at all. And Prafulla is not coming to ask, oh, Gurudev, when will it be like this? And then Gurudev just right in his mind and said, you call Prafulla Krishna, call Prafulla Krishna. And then we called Prafulla Krishna, he was there. We can hear from him directly to get he'll have it much clearer in sequence. But Gurudev said, you are wanting Gayatri? And Prafulla, yes. Okay, now I will give you Gayatri. And Prafulla, he was, I think, wearing jeans and something. I mean, he wasn't, put it this way, he wasn't shaved up and looking like the classic, oh, we're going to receive second initiation, ready state. And Prafulla is saying, oh, then I go and get ready. And Guru said, no, now I'm going to give, now I'm going to give. And then almost immediately, and we should ask Prafulla Krishna next time he's with us to give us the clear history. But I mean, we are there, we're entirely involved with, his receiving his Gayatri and being there when he receives his Gayatri. And then Gurudev gave him the Gayatri mantra, and Gurudev told him, okay, I'm giving you the Gayatri. Yes. Okay, you want to be shaved, you want to be clean, you want to wear new cloth, all those things, and bring, and how traditionally you bring the bowl, the plate with the fruits, flowers, incense, cloth, and some dakshin. And Prafulla wanted to do all those things, but Gurudev, just as Prafulla is, no, I'm going to give you Gayatri. And Gurudev gave Gayatri to him. And then Prafulla didn't have even 1 rupee in his pocket as a donation. And I'm standing beside Gurudev, and Gurudev is saying to Prabhupada, but you must give some pranami. This is part of the initiation. I mean, it's even, there is a quote, then he didn't say it, but there is a quote where the initiation is not completed until the disciple gives some pranami to the Guru, as maybe symbolic, maybe whatever, but this is part of like the initiation. And so Gurudev saying to him some pranami, and Prafula, and then, you know, he's very expressive and everything. And he said, oh, Gurudev, I don't have any money on me. And I'm standing there, and I have some of Gurudev's money in my pocket, because all the money was Gurudev's money. And so I just sneaked around to Prafula and said, here, give this to Gurudev. So I gave to Prafula Gurudev's own money, Prafula giving this. And Gurudev saw everything. I mean, it's right there in front of him. And then, you know, Prafula with his big smile and said, Gurudev, I've got this for you. And Gurudev said, thank you. Like, he was so happy. It's such a sweet transaction. And of course, later, Prafula then, he gave nicely something to Gurudev and everything. But that was a very sweet interaction. And a thank you on that occasion from Gurudev. And Guru Maharaj, on the gratitude part, he also, I mean, very nicely said, and we heard him say, we are with him and heard him say that expression, that we must thank our lucky stars, that we've come to such conception, that we've come in touch with such sadhus, such purity, the gift, the topmost gift of the Lord via Mahaprabhu. So Guru Maharaj used that expression. We must thank our lucky stars. This whole attitude of gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. Oh, there you go. The attitude of gratitude. We thank our lucky stars. We're so grateful. Causeless mercy. Not one that we are thinking any cause, but causeless mercy and causeless mercy. If a beggar in the street and he's suffering and starving and actually in so much difficulty, and somebody gives him some food, he or she some food, naturally saving the life of the beggar will feel gratitude to the person. It is a natural matter. And actually, we are the starving people before we come to Krishna consciousness. The nourishment of our life, the saving our life has come from Guru and Gauranga. The association of the Vaishnavas, the scriptures, and indeed, as Saraswati Didi pointed out, not to wait until later. And Devashish mentioning about, yes, Siddhanti Maharaj passing away and so much glorification and beautiful glorification. Well-deserved glorification of Shripad Siddhanti Maharaj. And then that Gurudev saying, but why they're not saying this when he's present? And actually, some devotees were. we did give our gratitude about Siddhanti Maharaj in front of Gurudev. But in a similar way, we must also not wait for the books to come out later or some recording later. But where we can, we want to be able to be with the devotees who are with us now. Because not just as a legend, but it's from their hearts, from the life. Life comes from life. Srila Prabhupada had a book like that. But Guru Maharaj also telling us clearly how our devotional life comes from devotional life. It's a transmission from heart to heart. It's not reading a book, getting a practice and making ourselves fit. We're independent of others. Yes, I read the book, and now after reading the book, I'm doing this, this, and this, and then making myself so I'll be fit. Yes, we are getting guidance there, but what is the guidance telling us? Associate with the devotees. And so many good devotees, so many devotees. We find this out. I mean, we find it out. We have the experience. So many devotees with hidden treasures in their heart. Some of them are very quiet to reveal those hidden treasures. But we've been with devotees in India from, I mean, many years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And they say something, oh, do you remember that occasion when such and such? And then if it wasn't for the devotee, the memory of that day, that Leela, that pastime of Guru Maharaj or Gurudev or with the devotees, it will be, okay, somewhere in the back of the memory. But then they say, that's, oh, yes, that day, oh, how wonderful. And we thought that day would never end. I mean, there are occasions, we recently thinking about one darshan with Guru Maharaj, and it just felt like time standing still, and very like wonderful. And when we're with devotees, these things come to the surface, which we otherwise won't remember ourselves, but by remembering, and then with the devotees present, and everyone is sharing, getting some of that vibration, some of that sweetness of the interaction with our masters. So gratitude, and the gratitude shown through seva. And because we've come to the West London mat, actually we've come everywhere, but the West London mat originally on these Zooms was there. Our host is saying, yes, you must come. So we're very happy to be there. But really, we want to, as we have the opportunity, we want to draw Lavanyamoy Devidasi closer to the microphone and just share something, Lavanya Didi. Be generous to us all. We have newcomers here, and we have also not newcomers here. All of us are happy to relish anything which you like to share.
I'm in the imposter pujari tonight, Maharaj. In 10 minutes, I have to go and.
Well, that's okay.
But I'm not prepared. I haven't made any preparation for saying anything. So even if I had, I wouldn't be able to say anything. And if I haven't, it'll be even more unlikely that I'll be able to actually get anything out of this poor, miserable consciousness. We're talking about gratefulness and thankfulness.
Yes.
You have covered every single point, haven't you, between Devashis Prabhu, Saraswati, and yourself? You must have covered every single angle. So I don't know really what anymore could I say? You know?
But you're always very giving out lots of sukriti to many people that you meet.
No.
So you're extremely grateful to share.
Well, we have to share, isn't it? Otherwise, we're like the tree that doesn't have the fruit or something.
Hare Krishna.
To share something, but I don't share very much. Try a little bit, but really, Maharaj, I'm just, I don't know what to say apart from thank you.
You've seen many interactions of Gurudev. Can any interaction comes to your mind, either with you or with somebody you've been seeing?
I was thinking that when you were talking earlier, but I couldn't actually think of anything. I couldn't think of anything actually. I know that, I've had more than my fair share of compliments unnecessarily, but the devotees are very kind and always giving me support. And I know that if you, obviously some devotees don't like to be complimented, and, they get disturbed and they get, but you just have to offer it to Gurudev, isn't it? And because it's all his, anything good that happens is because of him, and that's basically a fact. So I just think even if someone did thank you, or you wanted to give thanks, if it's offered up to Guru, that's the right place for it to be, really. There I said something now.
Yeah, very good.
Jai. Thank you, Lavanyamoy Devidasi. Very beautiful. Govinda, Govinda. Anybody would like to make a contribution in any matter, any department, but the gratitude department? Anybody? Don't be shy.
I just remember something. Well, it's not. Maybe you and Devashis Prabhu have heard about that devotee who gave a big donation to Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj gave him some maha flowers. Remember?
Yes, and we know who the devotee is, and so do you.
That's right.
So you please tell the story.
No, I don't know the story, Maharaj. You know better because you were there, probably, or Devashis Prabhu.
Well, I wasn't the witness to what happened, but Gurudev, I've heard Gurudev tell that story. Soon after it happened, later on, and I mean Gurudev, like several times, he did mention that story. Okay, so if you like, because Saraswati is saying this, but actually it's her husband, Aditi Nandan Prabhu, who came to India, and he'd collected a sizable donation, I mean a good donation for Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj was on his veranda, and just Gurudev was there, and he went up, and Gurudev told, oh, he came to me, and he said, oh, I've come, and can I come and give a donation to Guru Maharaj? And Gurudev said, yes. He's inside, and Gurudev was sitting, and Gurudev told he was sitting on the outside, that first part. And so, yes, he's just around the corner. So Aditya Nandan went around the corner, and Guru Maharaj was sitting on his bed. And then Aditya Nandan gave a good donation, some collection after several months in the West, and he brought to Guru Maharaj. And then he came out, some interaction, obviously. We'd have to ask Aditi Nandan Prabhu what Guru Maharaj said. That we should try to draw out from Aditi Nandan, because this is a treasure. And then he came back past Gurudev, because Gurudev is sitting at the entrance to the veranda. and Gurudev asked Aditi Nandan, said, so how was Guru Maharaj? And Aditi Nandan said, oh, I gave Gurudev X number of thousands of dollars, and Gurudev, and holding out his hand, he gave me one flower. But you have to know Aditya Nandan also. He's got a very special sense of humor, but really sweet devotional sense of humor. And so Gurudev used to say that story, but he gave this as an example, and that flower was like so valuable, like Saraswati is saying, prashadam flower, a flower being given by Gurudev, and this is an expression of gratitude. Here we see also the interaction of the Vaishnavas. We are serving the senior Vaishnavas, and the senior Vaishnavas giving their grace. And of course, this extreme case means Guru Maharaj and Aditi Nandan Prabhu coming with his service, and Guru Maharaj giving this expression. But I haven't heard any mention of any conversation that took place, and we should ask Prabhu about that. When we get the opportunity, we should keep this in mind. See, what did Guru Maharaj tell you at that time? Right, very beautiful. Okay, we have much gratitude for Munindra Mohan Prabhu and the whole team here. And I've just been joined by Munindra Mohan. He only has 2 arms. He's of the Krishna group, and he only has 2 eyes, even though he's got 2 more on the top of his head. You've got 4 eyes, you've got your specs on your head. So here's Munindra Mohan Prabhu, who has some dealings with Gurudev in the gratitude department and the praise department, and he can maybe share something with us.
Really? I am.
Well, we know how Gurudev was giving much recognition and gratitude to Krishna Kanta in front of you when you had done that particular service.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is, I don't know the theme of gratitude as how has been developed, but basically, I am really grateful. And in my Facebook profile is there sentence, I'm in debt with the Vaishnavas. So I basically born naked, and I didn't know anything, and I got everything. So I am totally grateful. What can I say? I didn't give anything to Gurudev, basically.
Hare Krishna.
He gave everything to me. So the gratitude must be from my side. And yes, whatever appreciation he expressed for our service is our remuneration. That's is our feeling. And when Gurudev told, yeah, I'm very happy with Villa Govinda Ashram, I'm very happy to be here in the international meeting in Villa Govinda Ashram, and that is our remuneration, and it's been our nourishment for years and probably forever. And this is the power of Gurudev. When yes, this is his. When he shows his gratitude, he shows so sincerely that it's very substantial. It's very nourishing the heart. I don't know, it's some kind of mystical energy. And all the disciples felt this. And yes, what to speak of the perfect servant of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, like Madhusudan Maharaj.
Ho ho, Hare Krishna.
Has been nourished by this affection for many years. Yes, it's kind of an exchange, I guess, gratitude, because yeah, when we give love, we have something in exchange and back, and when we receive love, of course, we always give some feedback, and it's kind of yeah, gratitude word. We don't deserve. I mean, I don't deserve, so I'm really grateful too. the jiva is impoverished Shakti, isn't it? So we don't own anything, basically. We are just particle of dust of consciousness of the Supreme Lord. And with our independence, with our feelings and capacity to love, and this is our only property, our freedom to do something good, and everything else has been given by the Sweet Absolute and the Vaishnava and everything we receive. So we must be grateful, no doubt. It's just a little thing, Maharaj. What can I say? I'm not prepared for this thing.
Very good. Too much good. Anything comes to anyone's mind?
Yeah, actually, Maharaj, some thought came in my mind just now regarding, I after hearing from Manindra Prabhu, that in our time with Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, we had and have a Bhakti Ranjan, Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj, or Mahananda Bhakti Ranjan. But in the time of Saraswati Thakur, there was also Bhakti Ranjan, and his name was Jagabandhu Bhakti Ranjan. And he was a very wealthy devotee. And he basically paid all the money for the, I think the Chaitanya Mott, the building of the Chaitanya Mott the building of the Calcutta Bag Bazaar Gaudiya Mott. He paid for all of that. Saraswati Thakur told the devotees, this is my plan, that I want to raise 1 lakh rupees to build a temple in Calcutta. But what I want you to do is to go to every Hindu family that lives in Calcutta and ask them all to give 1 or 2 rupees. And everyone knows Calcutta is huge, maybe bigger than London. And majority there are Hindus. So Saraswati Thakur's idea was everyone will give 1 or 2 rupees, then 1 lakh of rupees, easily we can raise that. And anyway, when they heard everything, the devotees, then Jagabandhu Prabhu, he came forward and he gave not 1 lakh, but 3 lakhs of rupees, which in those days was a huge amount of money, in which they built the Bagh Bazaar Gaudiya Math. And of course, Saraswati Thakur, when they said, "Oh, Guru Maharaj, you must be so happy. You wanted 1 lakh, now you have 3 lakhs. This is very one." And Saraswati Thakur said, "Well, actually, what I really wanted was that all of the Hindu people in Calcutta would all get the sukriti of giving something to the building of this. But he's taken all of that sukriti for himself, this Jagabandhu Prabhu." Then everyone, he was like the hero of the day. Everyone, I guess were slapping him on the back and telling him how great he was and everything. Then that all became like too much for him, all of that glorification from all of the other devotees. So he wrote an article in the Gaudiya magazine, which was published in the Gaudiya magazine. And he said, "Why is everybody saying that I'm, such a great man for giving all of this?" He said, "Actually, the truth is the opposite, that I had all this money, which is really the property of my Gurudev, and I was keeping it all for myself. And then when I gave it to Gurudev, who is the actual proprietor, then everyone is saying how great I am. But what have I done? I've only given what is his property anyway. So what have I done?" This was his thinking, very humble, and thinking, no, it is not for my pratishtha or my glorification that I gave so much and all of this, but really, I just woke up one day to the realization that all of this wealth that I have is not mine at all, but my Gurudev's, and so I just gave it to him, and now he can build the temple. So I think that's a very wonderful thing that he did, of course. But more wonderful than actually giving that was his realization that everything that he had was his Gurudev's property from the beginning, and finally that he was able to give that to Saraswati Thakur as he were, you can say, like a trust holder of that wealth. That came to my mind.
Jai. Hare Krishna, yes. And we definitely must have our full gratitude for Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, for Srila Guru Maharaj, for Srila Prabhupada, for Srila Gurudev, and to all of those who are connecting us to them, sharing them, keeping the current of Mahaprabhu that's come through Rupa Goswami, keeping that current flowing around the world. And I think I can happily come back to my little thought before of Guru Maharaj saying, we must thank our lucky stars.
Right.
Thank you, lucky stars. Here is a clear night in Italy. It's literally freezing. So we can see the stars this evening. So we'll see which one is the lucky one. Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, definitely appreciating and with gratitude for all of your association, your presence here. And always we are eager to hear something from each of you. So throughout your week, whatever you come across which is giving you some inspiration, jumps out at you, some of the extra things that jump out at you, please bring them and share with them in the next time, whenever we get the opportunity. We have lots of things that jump out at us practically every day. in the temple program. So we like to hear from others too, because this is living. It is not just book knowledge. It is not a matter of book knowledge. It's devotional service with love and affection. And actually, that's another thing that Munindra touched on too, that it's the happiness of Gurudev, the happiness of the Vaishnavas, which is the expression of their thank you part.
Yeah.
They are happy. I'm very, and we heard Gurudev many times say, Prabhu, I am very happy with you, to different devotees. That is the gratitude. So love, affection, heart, this is everything. And in that world, we pray to be allowed to enter, and with us all, let us be there soon, recognize each other, and party with Krishna. Sankirtan party with Krishna. All right. So indeed, Jai to Srila Gurudev Om Vishnupad, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokhok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. And all the Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Vishwarenya Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And all the present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda Ki Jai. Devashis Prabhu Ki Jai to Saraswati and all the inmates of the West London Temple, the residents, the monks and monkesses, whatever, nuns. I don't know, that sounds quite right, but anyhow, to all the devotees of the West London Temple, Ki Jai, and to all of the devotees here gathered, we appreciate each and every one of your presence. Dandavat pranam, vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
And Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious week with gratitude, affection, and dedication.